Hello and welcome to my Marketing Cafe. This is one of our quick tips for small business marketing, and today's tip is going to be a little longer than the regular tips of 2 minutes because we're talking to you about optimizing your professional LinkedIn profile. And how we're going to show you this is I'm taking you behind the scenes of my own LinkedIn profile. My name is JoLynn Deal and I am the founder of my Marketing Cafe. So let's take a look and get started. This area behind your image and your name and your title is called the background, and it is a great place to include kind of like a billboard that talks about your business and maybe showcases the community culture, the company culture of your organization. The next important area is your profile picture. Make sure when you're setting up your profile, or if you're doing things to make it look better and more polished, that you use a professional headshot if possible. Because LinkedIn is a professional networking site. It's where you're going to do a lot of your business-to-business networking. So you want your profile shot to be really polished and professional and a good representation of who you are as a business professional. The next area is your title. I see a lot of people put maybe just the specific title, president, director, manager. Here is a great place to add some keywords that are specific to your industry and your business. You'll see that I have added integrated marketing communications because that's what our firm does. And I've also added small business marketing consultancy. So think about your business, your target market, and what keywords people might be searching when they search for someone like you, and make sure you include those in the title section of your profile. The next key area is the contact information. Here is where LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to showcase some websites. Now they give you some templates that you can just choose, personal website, company website, but don't do that. Choose other, because that allows you to enter whatever words you wish to enter, and this is another place where you can integrate some of your industry keywords. You'll see I've done that. I've written small business marketing and I linked to our cafe website. I also entered free marketing resources, and I linked to the guide that we have that features 97 free tools for small business marketing. And then I also linked to my Facebook page, which is just another way to promote one of our other social media channels. So think strategically when you're writing what websites you'd like to link in your profile. The next section is posts. A few months ago, LinkedIn opened up publishing to all users. You can write a really great article or similar to a blog post about your industry or something that really solves a need for your target audience. What's important here is to think about your audience and the people who will be reading them. One of the best strategies is to find a common problem and write about how you'd solve it. It showcases your expertise. It makes sure that all of your content isn't all about you, which typically in your profile it is highlighting you. So this is a great section to highlight your expertise, maybe your thoughtfulness when it comes to certain situations, and how you might handle something common within your industry. The next section is the summary. This is another key section that LinkedIn uses when they're searching, when another user conducts a search for someone like you. So make sure that you integrate keywords and other important information within your summary. Keep it brief. You don't want it more than 2 or 3 paragraphs because people just honestly aren't going to read beyond that. Here's another way to show how great you are without putting a lot of words in, and that's to include links. LinkedIn will let you include links to pages that better describe you. For example, if you have a portfolio page on your website or some other web page that highlights what you do, you can include it here. Now here's a tactic that I use. I have a portfolio page that I've created in PowerPoint, and what I did is I uploaded it to SlideShare, and it makes it look really awesome on LinkedIn, and I'll show you how that looks by viewing the profile as someone else. And most of my links do include a SlideShare versus just a regular page link, because look how nice this appears when someone clicks on my website, on my profile. Here's this wonderful SlideShare I've created just using PowerPoint. Open an account on SlideShare and add it, and then I use that link in my LinkedIn summary, and my guests see this wonderful slideshow of all the services I can offer them. So that's just a little tip if you want to really polish your profile. Now let's move down to some of your experience. Again, under the section that really describes what you do, make sure you're integrating keywords. Do the same for your title. Make sure that you're using keywords with your title. I just put a / in between the different sections of keywords that I want to use. Something else that I do is make sure that I have at least 2 to 3 recommendations for every position. The more you have, the better. That really highlights that people believe in the work that you're doing. And I always include several links that highlight my expertise. I have another slide share here. I have a link to an ebook that I've written. I also have a link to other groups that I manage that might be of interest to anyone coming to my profile. And I also link to videos that might showcase my work. For every section under my experience, I include key accomplishments because I want my prospects to see what it is I'm capable of bringing to the table. So think about it really in depth of what you've done at each of the positions that you've held or the businesses that you've owned or the roles that you've held. The next key section is to look at publications. Now, you don't have to have written something to include information here. Maybe your business has an annual report or you write a company blog. Any kind of written word is great to feature here. I feature the ebooks that I've written. I've also featured some of the blog posts that have had really high sharing ranks. And I've also featured any articles or publications where I was a guest. For example, this PR News Crisis Management Guidebook, I wrote a section for them, so I went ahead and featured that as well. So think about all of the places where your business might have been featured. Maybe you have a company newsletter or something that a company brochure is a great piece of content to feature in this area as well. So be strategic and creative when you're filling that content. The next section is projects. As you work on projects, whether it's a community project, a project with your business, maybe the local chamber, whatever projects you've worked on, try to create a web page or perhaps a slide share that highlights that project and feature those projects within your LinkedIn profile. Anytime you start a project, connect with the other team members on LinkedIn, and then you can link them, as I've done, to the specific project that you're featuring. Just like all of your other sections, you can feature a link that goes back to either a slide share or a web page or something of that nature that really puts some extra information out there about the project. This shows that you're attached to other influencers and that you're really good at what you do. The next section is skills and endorsements, and I'll be honest with you, I don't focus on this a lot because anyone can endorse anyone for anything. So I don't think there's a lot of legitimacy when it comes to endorsements. I think you're better off focusing on getting people to write recommendations, featuring these key projects that you've been involved in, and connecting yourself and aligning yourself with other industry influencers, as well as the publications that you're tied to. That's a quick overview of your basic LinkedIn profile and how you can make it much more robust and more beneficial for your business. Keep in mind, the more robust your profile, the more you're going to turn up in searches, and that's what you want for your small business. If you have any questions, stop over by mymarketingcafe.com and either comment on one of our blog posts or shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.